my name is Shelby and welcome to my channel Pages to Turn. Today I have a very special guest on the show. I don't know if you can see him or not, but today I'm introducing my puppy. He's not really a puppy, he's 4 years old. There you go, good boy. And I will be saying what his name is later on in this video. Today I am doing the BookTube Newbie Tag. And so I didn't know this was a thing. I just realized BookTube was a thing a couple days ago, actually. Good boy. He's a really good boy. I love this dog. And so I found this tag and I decided I have to do it because I'm still a BookTube newbie. I started my channel in mid-August and I realized that this tag is a thing, so I decided to do it. So the first question is, why did you start this channel? Now, I absolutely adore books and I love reading so much. I actually had a book review blog, which I still do have. I'll link that down below. And when I went to the library one day, someone said to me, you know that you can go on YouTube, right? And you can see people put their reviews on YouTube. And so I went on YouTube and I found Katie Tastic's channel and I absolutely adored her channel. Let's see if I can answer these questions while wrestling a very active dog. And so that's how I started this channel. I really wanted to get to meet new people and see new channels. I think my favorite new channel that I've seen so far is A Dash of Ash. I absolutely love her. She's awesome. So if you ever watch this, just know that you're awesome and I love your videos. So the second question, what are some fun things that you can bring to YouTube? Fun and unique things, that you can bring to YouTube. This is where my dog comes in. So I absolutely love books and I'm hoping to put him on my channel more, my puppy. He is a 4-year-old Australian cattle dog border collie mix. And his name is, I kid you not, according to the state of Utah, I live in Utah, his name is Sherlock Holmes. I call him Shirley for short, but his name is Shirley Baby. He responds to that. I don't know where that nickname for him came from, but I call him Shirley Baby. And I absolutely adore the Sherlock Holmes books by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. And so that's where his name came from, and he certainly acts like his namesake. He's such an attention hog. Come here, my little ham. Yeah, he is such a ham too. And good boy, yes. And so that's one unique thing I can bring to YouTube. Oh, he's gonna give me a shower now. He's been called good boy. And another unique thing I bring to YouTube is I love fairy tale retellings, and so I read a lot of those. That's called my niche in YouTube, I guess you could say. Third question, what are you most excited about for this new channel? Good boy, yeah. I think what I'm most excited about is just to meet new people and figure out more books that are out there. BookTube has really opened my eyes to books that I didn't even know existed until I started watching BookTube videos. And I absolutely love meeting new people and just talking and discussing books. Not a lot of my family members are into books. One of my sisters is, and so we talk books, but no one else really is into the books that I read. And so I'm just so excited to be part of this channel and really meet new people. Why do you love reading? So for me, I've always read since I was really super little itty bitty young. We have pictures of me when I was like 2 hitting myself with books because I couldn't read them. So I started learning how to read at 3, could actually read by 4, was reading massive chapter books in kindergarten. But for me, what I really love reading is definitely because for me it's an escape. And I'm really open about it. I'll probably do a talk about this later on in my channel. I have depression and anxiety. And for me, reading, when nothing else helps, it gets me out of that zone and I have depression and anxiety. It helps me not have panic attacks. Oh, there my dog goes. He realizes his brother is on the other side of the door. I'll introduce the brother. He looks like identical to my puppy. Oh, he might knock the camera. We'll see. But, yeah, that is really why I love reading, because it just is a way for me to escape and to really understand, really get into a better zone and a better spot in my head when depression and anxiety gets really bad in my life. Question 5, what book or series got you into reading? So I have a lot of these books, and when I do a shelf tour, I will show you more of them. definitely the Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew. When I was younger, that's literally like all I read was Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys, because I absolutely loved those books. I have a vivid memory of being in the 2nd grade and actually reading When the Clock Ticks, which is a Hardy Boys book, and while everyone around me was reading like picture books, and I was reading a Hardy Boys book, and I felt really cool as a 2nd grader doing that. And so I actually have, one of my proudest possessions is I have, I think there's 20 of them, I'll count again. I have 20 first edition Hardy Boy books. These books were published, the earliest one was 1924. You know, these things are almost 100 years old. I am so excited to have them in my collection. I saved them from a thrift store. And so that was kind of just to pay homage to the fact that these books really got me into the crazy bookworm that I am today. Let's see, what is question number 6? What questions would you ask your favorite booktuber? I have 2 favorite booktubers. This one's going to be hard. I'll do 2 questions. Let me reposition my dog. Thank you, babe. Okay. So my first favorite YouTuber is Katie Tastic. I think I would ask her what is the book that really got her into reading, and what is her favorite thing about being on BookTube. I think that is what I'd ask her. And for Dash of Ash, I think I would ask her, I don't know if you can see what my dog is doing right now, but he is such a ham. I think I would ask Dash of Ash, you know, where she gets a lot of her books from and what inspired her to arrange the bookshelves that she has right now, and really how she did it. And so I think the question I'm going to ask Dash of Ash is, please upload the video that you said you had of you arranging your rainbow bookshelves. That would make my life. Please do that. Okay, question number 7. What challenges do you think starting a BookTube challenge will be the hardest to overcome? I don't live by myself. I still live with my parents. I am 19 years old, so yeah, I have 5 older sisters. They do not live at home. They're all married, but it's just me, my mom, my dad, and my little brother, who is 13, at home right now. And so sometimes there's random noises, and I own 2 dogs, and so random noises come from them. And when one is left out, he gets rather angry, so you'll hear Oreo probably freaking out in this video too. But I think that's going to be a challenge, and also I feel like I'm incredibly awkward when I'm on film, so that's going to be another challenge that I have to overcome with this. Like, I just feel like this video is a complete and total train wreck, and so I think I'm going to have to really build my confidence to have this channel, because it's something I struggle with. And even though I posted a couple videos, like, it's still like, oh, you know, is anyone going to watch this? Is anyone going to really want to listen to my opinions on books? And so my videos haven't gotten a lot of reviews yet, but I've realized like that's kind of the process, so I think it's kind of teaching me patience. But I think again the hardest thing to overcome is confidence. 8. When did you start reading? I kind of answered this before. I started reading when I was pretty much 3 years old. I absolutely adore reading. Basically, my mom would get mad at me when I was younger because she would be cleaning the house and she would find books like everywhere. Like, I would literally stash them all over the place, like underneath the couch. I had like a couple in the bathroom. I had some downstairs, some upstairs, some in my, well, a ton in my room. And then they would just be everywhere because I read literally like everywhere I went. And when I was in the 1st grade, like, I kid you not, my 1st grade teacher had to send me to 4th grade by myself, which is terrifying for a 1st grader, to go with all the bigger kids, to read with the 4th grade kids, because she didn't know what to do with me as a 4th grader, because I was just, my reading level was like insanity. And so I laugh on that experience now, but as a 1st grader, like, I was terrified. I was not happy about that arrangement at all. So I've been reading pretty much ever since, forever, and I never plan on stop. Like, if I ever go blind, like, I will listen to books and audiobooks, or like make people read them to me. Like, I just can't not read. It's like breathing. 9. Where do I read? Everywhere. Do you know that habit of putting books everywhere that I talked about in the last question? I read pretty much all over the place. I read in my room. I read outside. I read sometimes when I'm waiting for people in the car. I'll read, you know, while I'm waiting at the doctor's office, you know, everywhere. I think the main place I read right now, it's getting kind of cold, so I'm sad. I have this awesome rock outside in my backyard that I like to sit on and read. I will probably do a video there once it warms up a little bit. It's kind of chilly today, so I can't do a video there today, but hopefully I'll be able to do one later so I can show you my favorite reading nook. Question 10. What kind of books do you like to read? This is a hard question. Generally, I'd have to say anything but most science fictions. However, you probably want a more specific answer from me. I like young adults. I like, well, young adult novels. I like mystery novels, murder mysteries, kidnapping mysteries. I think those are my two favorites. Desires of the Dead series by Kimberly Durden. Oh, that series is like one of my favorites because it's so awesome. I just need to purchase it because I don't purchase a lot of books, as you can tell from my shelf. But, so that's an example of like murder mystery things that I like to read. I like reading fantasy novels. I think an example of that is I can actually grab these to show you. You can probably see them here. It's the Iron Face series. This is seriously the most underrated series ever. You need to read this. This is like my favorite series ever. So definitely read these ones, the Iron Face series. This is an example of fantasy. And then there's like realistic fiction. And I think an example of those books that I love would definitely have to be John Green's novels. I have 3 of his. I have Paper Towns, Looking for Alaska, and The Fault in Our Stars. I read this the other day and I cried. Like, this book made me cry. It was so good. And then I watched the movie and I cried harder. And I totally regretted it because I had mascara on and it went everywhere. It was so bad. But I like reading these by John Green. Is there any other? Dystopian novels. I think my favorite dystopian would have to probably be, oh, this is a hard question. I like the Hunger Games movies literally like the novel, so definitely not that one. I think definitely it would be the, I don't even know what you would call the series, but the second one is The Red Queen, and I have this one from the library, The Glass Sword by Victoria Aveyard. I'm trying to read the blurb thing instead of the offer title. I read a lot of books, so I forget author names. So I think this is my favorite dystopian right now, is this series. I absolutely love these books. And then on to fairy tale retellings. I am always looking for a good Rapunzel fairy tale retelling. I haven't found one yet. They're all really bad. I've read like 4 and I was horrified by all of them. So I'm still looking. If you know one, please let me know. I need help finding one. But I think my favorite fairy tale retellings right now, and kind of into the science fiction genre as well, is the, oh, I remembered what this was called the other day, now I can't, but there's 4 books, and it's Cinder, Scarlet, Cress, and Winter is the 4th one. And I absolutely love these. These are my favorite fairy tale retellings so far. I like how Rapunzel was portrayed in Cress, but it's still like, I want a complete whole Rapunzel retelling, and so I'm still looking for that. I think I covered pretty much all the genres I read. Oh, adult fiction. There's another one. I think my favorite adult fiction book, I will actually grab this because I can reach it, is All the Light We Cannot See. Puppy, your head's in the way. Come here. All the Light We Cannot See. And I absolutely adored this book. It was so good. They need to make a movie of it someday because it was seriously amazing. You should read this one. So good. And so I think that's an example of all my favorite genres, and I will hopefully be making more videos in the future. I have a lot of book reviews I need to be posting. I read a lot, guys. Like, to kid you not, I read like 3 or 4 books a week. I have no social life, pretty much, and I have a lot of free time. So I read a lot, which is, I guess, better than other things I could be doing in a way. I don't know. So I read a lot. If you have any books you want me to review, comment down below and I'll try to do my best. And I'll hopefully have Sherlock on the channel more. I am trying to get him used to being in front of a camera more because I would love to introduce you guys to his quirky personality. He is the most ham dog I've ever seen in my life. Like, you even look at him, like, he'll roll on his stomach and want you to pet him because he just loves being petted. And he makes me laugh seriously every day. Like, this dog has done wonders for my anxiety, depression. I am so grateful for him. And if you'd like me to talk more about how I handle my anxiety, depression, just let me know. Like, I'm extremely open about that. And I have no, like, qualms at all about talking to you guys about that at all. So it's been great to talk to you on this newbie tag, BookTube video, I guess you would call it. Sherlock's enjoyed it. He is now taking a nap, which is weird for a very active dog. And I will hopefully be talking to you soon. Have a great day, and bye!